course management is the most underutilized and least spoken about talent you can have in golf. It's not something you have to be born with. You can develop it very simply by watching this holy grail of course management video over 9 holes. The first step in course management is the tee shot. We have a couple things to think about. The first thing is, what would we like into the green? Is it possible from where we're standing? If it's not, the next thing we need to be thinking is just get a ball in play. But there's many ways to get a ball in play or get the ball to where you want it to be. You have to assess the hole and the likelihood of each thing happening. The widest part is not where my driver will land, actually where my 7-wood would land, which is a better management play because it's going to get me in play the best. But because I'm feeling confidential, I want to hit a slightly longer shot and have a shorter approach into the green, something like a sand wedge. So I have moved up from just trying to get the ball in play to getting it to a place I want it to be, which is my sand wedge range. So I'm hitting the driver. So I'm going to set this up way to the left. I'm going to slice this in. If you see a PGA Tour pro from 112 yards in the rough, what distance does he put the ball to the hole after his shot? What do you think? I'll put it up on the screen. There. Now you realize that they don't hit it as close as we think they do because we watch highlights reels. That can lower your expectations, making your course management that much better. Excellent. We've got 23 feet over here. If we understand how far the pros put the ball from that distance, wow, we relieve a lot of pressure on ourselves thinking we have to put it to 6 feet, 10 feet every time from 112 yards. Just like that, money pace. Oh, nearly made the putt. When you've got these short putts, don't be reckless, don't be careless. At least take a glance, okay? You can rush them, then you miss them. Then you have to hit another one. So the time you took to miss and hit another one is the same time it would take just to get a quick glance, 2 seconds, get your instinct, go, say it's going to go straight, and just putt it. That way you make more, you miss less. A lot of course management can be done on Google Earth, where you can see where the fairway narrows. Now my target was always those trees on the left hand side, expecting a fader. But if that fader doesn't come, I can go in those trees with a driver, which then stunts my chances of even making a par. So on this hole, I don't find it's been worth going for it in 2 or trying to go for it in 2. I can accept that an expert golfer makes a par on this hole, hitting this green in 3 shots. An expert golfer, that's what par is. So I know if I hit my 7-wood, lay it up to a sand wedge, I have a better than 30% chance of making a birdie. The main thing you can do is to start using your brain and start thinking clearly. So a 7-wood here is a very safe shot. I'm going to be in play in the widest part of the fairway, turning this into a 3-shotter, easy game. Even going that far left is absolutely perfect because it's never going to reach those trees. If I hit a driver on that line, double bogey. So what we've done is we've left 300 to the front of the green, and we have hit basically the maximum width area allowed on this hole, probably 80 yards from tree to tree. Perfect. Up there it gets very narrow where my driver will finish. What a man. So with 300 to the front of the green, I'd like some form of wedge into the green. That's how I like to play par 5s. Get a wedge in, and for my 3rd shot, I never ever want my 3rd shot to a par 5 to be from a fairway bunker. I have failed at life then. So we have to eliminate this bunker right in front of us, and there's a white marker right next to it. That's the 150-yard marker. So if I want to carry that bunker, I have to hit it 160 or more. That means I bring out my 6-iron. But priority number 1, avoid that silly bunker. We don't have to hit any fancy shot shape because we have space out to the right. We don't have to hook this around the trees. We can play one shot shape the whole way around this golf course. The most important thing when you're in a distance range is not to get too preoccupied with the exact distance. We want good distance control, that's our number 1 priority. But if you've got 132 and you don't have a club that, that's a comfortable range, hit the club that's going to have a mediocre shot of reaching the front of the green at 120 and a great strike at 150 at the back. And that's how we do it. Hit to a distance range. Better to have gone long than to not have gone at all. Ooh, spicy meatball! Little putting management tip we have here. When you putt uphill, take a little bit less brake than you would on a flat or a downhill putt, because you're hitting it firmer through that first 60% of the putt. It's not going to take as much brake as a downhiller or a flat putt. Oh, not too bad, not too bad. Par 3 course management is very nuanced because you're going to have clubs that you can really go at the pin. It's going to be depending on your distance, depending on your clubs, and you have to take advantage of that. When you have a long one like this though, 175, with a lot of bunkerage to carry, there's only one thing to do, and that's avoid the chance of going in the deep shit. Being on the left side here and taking a 3-putt 4 is actually not bad. If you go in that bunker, it's quite difficult to hit a 30, 40 yard bunker shot onto a raised green. It's really difficult. Just find a way to miss in a great place that allows you a very easy shot. Over here, I don't mind a little bump and run from the left edge or a long putt. You take your shot shape into account and you try hit that left edge where you take the bunker out of play, aiming left of it. Just like that. And that's money. That's going to miss the green on the left. There's a lot of feedback sometimes on the videos that I seem to expect people not to duff a shot. Of course, we don't want to duff shots, but duffing shots is not reserved for a special elite. Everybody duffs a shot. The difference is people who duff shots think that defines them, that now they have to chase their losses and play some other game. If you duff a shot, nothing changes. You just carry on with the same process. It's just one extra shot you've added to the hole. That's all. It doesn't change anything. When you go chase your distance to try and make up for that shot, you screw it up worse. I can't help you to stop duffing shots. You've got to go see a pro for that. So if I chunk this chip here to 1 foot in front of me, what do I do different? Absolutely nothing. I just hit the same shot again and try work on that shot off the course to make it more successful next time so I don't duff it. That's why I like toe down chipping, 8 iron, onto the front there, about a yard onto the green, gonna break left to right. And it's gonna just filter down to the hole there. If I duff it here, I hit the same shot and I try and make a par or tap in bogey. Beautiful, thank you very much. I see the 150 yard mark in the middle of the fairway there. So I shoot my rangefinder to that marker and I see it's 210 yards. So if I can hit the ball 210, I'm gonna hit both the widest part of the fairway. I'm gonna stay short of that bunker on the right, which means no 80 yard bunker shot over a whole bunker, which means my target shot of 150 yards, 140 yards, 210 yards to the 150. Playing downhill, I might grab another extra couple of yards. I've got a pitching wedge, 9 iron, 48 degree into the green. And it's gonna go straight on that line. We found ourselves in the rough, unfortunately. Position A, fairway, position B here, position C, D, E, and F in that bunker. In the rough, the club face will get grass between the ball and the club face, meaning it can take off some distance a lot of the time and reduce the spin. So from 118, I was going to hit a 56 degree downwind, but I'm going to update to a 52 degree to make sure. I want to carry this bunker, and if it finishes at the back of the green or over, I'm happy with that. We have to adjust our expectations when managing a course based on the difficulty of the shot. This shot is not easy. This is difficult grass. I made pretty clean contact with that. Oh, it actually went on the green. When you're doing this golf stuff, you're going to have a lot of poo-poo coming into your brain from dingleberries all over the show. Just do what works for you. Think clearly about your own game and what's really working for you, and then allow that into your game. But there's a lot of nonsense coming from 16 handicap, 24 handicap, people that you may know who don't know much, and that can hurt your game. Doing things you don't need to do. You know, that's why I'm the best putter on YouTube. I get it online every time. I just don't get the strength right because my caddy didn't tell me it's much slower. We've got a 450 yard hole. That's a very, very long hole. We want to be sure to get the ball in play. I'm going to try attack with the driver, but show you an alternate where you don't really have to, understanding that any hole that's 430 yards plus, basically a bogey hole for 90% of golfers. Let's say that you don't have long distance, like a golf sidekick. Let's say you got like a 200, 210 yard shot. We go at that tree there, something easy to aim at, and we just accept that this is a long hole. We just get a ball in play because we're playing for the bogey. Anyway, for 99% of golfers, a great score. When it comes to a dogleg left, we always feel tempted to try and manufacture a hook. If you don't have a draw, try not to put it on, because if you do and overhook it, you're dead. It's much easier to be dead when you hook it on a dogleg left. I prefer just hitting the fade to the fat side of the dogleg. It's safe. If you have a dog leg right though with your fade shot, now you have a real advantage to take advantage of your shot shape. Wait, be patient for the hole to match your shot shape, and you can take advantage. So I got 195 because it's very easy for me to just rip out a 7-iron and stick it to 7 feet like an absolute monster that I am. But what I'm going to do is just take out the 7 wood. Let's say you hit a little fader with your 7 wood. All you do is you set this ball up to left middle of the green, so if it goes straight, you have a really nice putt, and if you fader it and it lands a bit short, you have an easy chip or putter. Like that, we faded a 7 wood up there on the right side, and we understand that we don't have the distance. Now we have a pitch shot onto the green. When they say further is longer for everybody, regardless of handicap, this is where it falls apart, because that data doesn't take into account this kind of bad lie. I've hit this like 310 yards. I'd rather take a 280, 270 yard shot in the fairway, giving me supreme control over my approach shot. I'm now off a bare lie, ball above my feet from 142. I have to adapt my club. If I've got 150 yards, 160 yards back there, it's an automatic 9-iron, down the breeze, I'm sticking it close, I'm chasing birdies. Ball above my feet, 144, 142, whatever it is. I can't hit a pitching wedge because it's very firm here. So I've got to try to hit like a punch chip shot, which means I have to club up, which means I don't have exact control over this ball, and with the ball above my feet it's going to have a tendency to turn right to left, and the pin is on the right hand side of the green, so we're not really attacking because we aim it at the pin, move it toward the left side of the middle of the green. So would I take a 310 yard drive here or a 270 yard drive back there? I'll take the 270 in the fairway every day. So we have to manufacture a shot here, because a full pitching wedge will surely leave us well short. So we have to grip down because the ball's above our feet. We've got a 9-iron. Higher loft likes to turn over more right to left. We're going to hit like a little chip punchy shot. Complicated. See, it just turned over and it's going to land on the green. And we've got a long putt from the left, whereas, let me show you the same shot from back there, 20, 30 yards back from the fairway. So we've moved it 30 yards back into the fairway on a slight downhill lie, but at least we have a confident shot. We know how to hit. I'm going to hit the same club, ironically the 9-iron from 174, same as what I hit from 144 up there in the rough. Let's see what the difference is. What's better? Longer, always better in the shizer, or 30 yards back, and funnily enough, hitting the same club, 174 9-iron. What a shot!
Good shot!
Beautiful! This one is the 9-iron from 144. Proximity to the hole, I don't know what this must be, about 40 feet or so. All we're really looking for from here is a 2-putt ski. Get in. Get in. Nope, not in, not in. From the 174 yard 9-iron, we've hit it to much closer proximity, more realistic chance of making. Little right to left or up the hill. We're still not going to make many of these. Maybe we're going to make 1 in 10 of these, or 1 in 15. Yeah, we put it out too far to the right, leaving ourselves a putt for the par. Beautiful. What a day. Now when it comes to course management, you can do both aggressive and conservative strategy. An aggressive strategy here may be a driver, but you have to stop and think to yourself, best case, worst case scenario. Worst case with a driver, I go through those trees into the water, deados, or I slice it too much into the water on the right. I bring all kinds of stuff into play. If I get the perfect shot, best case scenario, I'm going through that tree onto the fairway there, leaving me a 50, 60, 70 yard shot, which I don't like. So everything about the driver play doesn't make sense to me, though I'm going to hit it for you anyway, with a big fader, trying to get around that corner down toward the hole. Now we go with the conservative but cocky swing, right? So this is a conservative target at the 150 with a cocky swing, knowing we're going to pull the shot off, leaving ourselves our preferred shot into the hole, which is just a 9 or pitching wedge. The key to be conscious of when you're managing the course is that they measure the hole down the middle of the fairway, probably to the 150 yard marker, to the middle of the green. So if you can move your shot over on the dog leg toward the side of the way it's dog legging, you can actually cut off some yardage. So the same shot here, let's say we move this around to the middle of the dog leg. If I move it more 20, 30 yards to the left, I've added maybe 10 yards to my shot into the green. From here I've got 136. From there I might have 146. It can make a club difference. I'm not an exceptional talent at golf, I'm a generational talent. Got a right to lefter, down the hill, slowest green on the course. Wow, it's bumpy and slow and nasty. I hit the ball too long on this hole. If I catch the downslope, my drive is going in the water at 340 yards. That's the nature of the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. We understand that a par 5 is the expectation for an expert golfer. At a certain stage, you become an expert at a par 5, and this is expert surgical par 5 play. We've left ourselves 240 to the front of the green, where we have a clear shot over here. If you're feeling confident and you have a great lie like this, the ball sitting up on the grass and there's not much danger, as long as I don't hit a big sweeping draw, I can really hit a shot at the green here with a club I think that can go 240. But it must go 240 without pushing it. If my club only goes 220, I should hit that shot normally. Don't try to squeeze out another 20 yards. Just leave it 20 yards short of the green and we're money. So what I'll do here is I'll hit my 6 iron, which goes 200 yards, and that should leave me 55 yards short of the green. If you cannot do that, you have to chip up to the left there, try set it up to the 150 yard marker for your third shot in. If I were further right, I would have to do that. But I'm in a position where I can go over the water in front of me with a 6 iron, and I think it's going to work. Over. I think this one's going to break a little left gerator. Got the burn mark on the right hand side of the hole. I'm a bit tired, so I don't really care about making putts at the moment. See, it's just not going to break. I'm too hungry. I am too hungry. But the pace control is perfect. Leaving a tap in. We're seeing double now. We're very hungry. We're starting to want to vomit from the hunger. But we've got to stay in the game. And we've got to manage ourselves as well as the course. As you start to flail late in the day, you're losing your strength, you're losing your rhythm. You've got to go to your go-to clubs, the ones that are going to help you stay in play, help you stay in the game till you get that surge of energy the last 3 or 4 holes. So understand yourself and then adapt yourself with your habits and what you normally do on the course. I'm fading fast here, so I'm going to hit a drive and I'm going to actually try hit a big slice because it's easy with this driver. It's the most controllable shot. I'm going to hit it way left, and if it goes straight, that's all good. And if it does a big fader, I'm going to be Bubba Watson in the middle of the fairway. Little power fader. That's my shot when I'm feeling tired, and I have a great gallery of ladies here. Not our largest hit, but absolutely money. 270 in the fairway is what we want. Do we want 310 in the rough, hitting over a bunker toward water? No. Give me 270 in the fairway every day of the week, twice on Sunday, and a subscription to Only page. We've left ourselves 138 yards. You know what that means? That's a 48 degree. Why? Because if I hit the pitching wedge too hard or too well, it's going over the green into those hedges in the water. That pin is on probably 10 to 12 yards, meaning I have 124 to carry, and with a 48 degree, that's going to be my worst shot, and with my best shot, I'm going to be right next to the hole at about 138, 140. Just manage yourself, manage your distances, manage your expectations, manage the shots you can play by hitting them to the places you want to hit them on the golf course. All about you and yourself. Not the best, but it'll do. That's how you manage the hell out of a golf course, using the holy grail of course management. As you find out, the more you play, the more you understand course management and course design, the more you're going to understand it's about you, your preference, your shots, the places you like to hit from, your free throw distance, your distances, everything you like on the golf course makes you play better golf. Learn your weaknesses, work on them. Learn your strengths, play to them. If you want more help on course management, check this video right over here. You're going to be a boss, just like me, a savant, a genius. Okay, Thank you very much. Thank you.